Today I'd like to talk about women's fears. I have a feeling that women are filled with all kinds of fears. I have written down a list of fears that I observed in all the women with whom I talked to. There are actually a lot of fears that I discovered, but here I chose their biggest fears and decided to make a video. This list of fears is not listed from biggest to least, but is just a list of individual women fears. Let's say one woman fears number 3 more than number 5. The other one fears number 4 more than number 1, etc. However, these are fears most of the women have. So, what are modern women afraid of? Let's begin with they are afraid of men's logic. I have seen many times on internet forums as well as in real life how women dread that man who will start to think logically. I guarantee that even underneath this video I will get a ton of dislikes, mostly from women, just because I decided to reason and argue this in this video. You won't find any discussions from females. They won't try to show you some kinds of facts why I'm wrong. They will probably just say, "Oh, he allowed himself to make such a video, then he should shut up and get the hell out of here." I have seen many times that some girl was writing comments on forums that her boyfriend doesn't want to get married because he in big risk of losing his money, paying alimony for 18 years for his future kids, and that he will lose 50% of his savings if they divorce. Contrary to this, all other women would write back, "Dump your boyfriend because he doesn't deserve to be with you." They are not trying to discuss and put themselves into the man's position. They just try to shut up anyone who tries to argue with them. In other words, they do not understand that their whole position breaks up when it clashes with basic logic. They want to live based on slogans that are not questioned. As soon as you ask a question, the answer is it should be her way and not any other. That is it. Her argument falls apart. And usually they will answer like a true patriot, "No, that type of answer is not a sign of patriotism, so get away from here." So, this is their number one fear. Number 2, equality. I don't care how many feminists are talking that they want equality in relationships with men. In fact, they fear equality like a rabbit fears a fox. Just try to offer any woman who argues that a female's life is harder because besides work she raises kids, cleans house, cooks food, and offer to switch with her your tasks. "Oh, you think your life is harder? Let's switch. I will raise the kids, keep the house clean, cook the food, and you go to work and financially support both of us." That's it. You will become a loser and not a man. Not a single woman in the world would like to switch her hard life for the so-called easy man's life. Next argument. Okay, let's say we are equal. If we are equal, then you should pay for yourself in restaurants, or then you are not a real man. That's it. Your equality will vanish immediately. Women talk about equality while they want to get something from you under the equality slogan. So as soon as you offer her equality, your relationship will break up. So, this is one of the biggest fears of all women. Number 3, aging and losing your sexuality. This is really a colossal fear of all women. And the more money big companies make on how to look like a 20-year-old when you are 80, the more the fear grows. Why is that? Because the key factor of women's power over men is only through their sexual looks. Number 4, exiting from the woman's solidarity social life. Let me elaborate on that. Just look around you. Everything you see outside the window, almost every item in our world has been created by whom? Right, by men. Overall, this whole world has been created by men. Any discovery, practical opening, or even philosophical revelation has been made by men. Men create this world. And who has a better situation in life because of this? Of course, women. So think about this. Creatures who are weaker, less talented, at least on the mass scale, obviously are women. And on the men's side, there are exceptions, but nevertheless on a massive scale, women are less talented and weaker. And they absolutely use much better the developments of civilization than the ones who create this world. Don't you find it strange? And why is that? The answer is because women's social solidarity is much better. Men are competitors by nature, and they always compete and bully other men who look at a situation differently from them. I guarantee you that if women watch this video, they will destroy it in dislikes and probably will report this video because they have a strong solidarity to each other. If someone talks and reveals the negative side of women, this guy will be shut up. Number 5, loneliness. Women are extremely scared of being lonely. Don't mix it up with this next statement. They are not afraid of loneliness in a relationship because usually they will say, I am a businesswoman, a feminist, and I don't need a man. And by the way, this usually is a lie and not self-conviction. But they are afraid of total loneliness. For instance, she is not a businesswoman. She doesn't have a family, kids, boyfriend, etc. For some men, such a situation is heaven on earth, and he will be alone with himself, think philosophically, find himself a hobby, and will be generally happy. Women, on the other side, must be essential, whether at work or in their social life. If she is not essential, it will be a collapse for her. Why? Because they are all empty inside. Because if you are alone with yourself, you will have to look deep inside. And if you are not creative, artistic, and full in your thoughts, you will see all your dirty facts and the emptiness inside of you. So, if you are empty inside, you will just look into the abyss, and it's scary. So this is a huge fear for women, and for a lot of men as well. But in reality, almost 99% of women are scared of loneliness. Number 6, and our last one. She is afraid of logic. Yes, guys, I started with this fear, and I will end with this fear. In this case, she is afraid of her own logic. She's afraid to think what she personally can do for men. I understand that they want to find a prince, a rich man, a man with a muscular body, with a great income, a charismatic person, but what can she give in return? The logic of why she, who doesn't have great income, who has a chubby body, who has a minimal mental outlook, you really think that she deserves such a man? So if you're looking for a man who drives a Bentley, what can you give in return? And these are the thoughts that they fear the most, because she can't answer this question to herself. So she is afraid that her own logic will turn on her, because it will spoil her mood.